Welcome to Muslim Apologetics Australia. So in this video, I basically want to demonstrate how the media is infiltrated by white nationalists, racist, Islamophobes, and xenophobes. Most of the problems that happen in society, such as racism, nationalism, a lot of the hatred, crime, they're actually fueled by the media, the Western media. Western media is the greatest tool. Having power of the media is the greatest tool to manipulate and shape society's thinking. If you want to demonize a certain ethnic group or a minority, all you need to do is get the media to go after them. Even if that ethnic group is a minority and committing less crimes compared to the greater masses, if the media is there publicizing and if it wants to alienate a certain ethnic group, then all it has to do is constantly go after that ethnic group and constantly publish negative news about that group. And what happens is then the vast majority get manipulated and brainwashed to think that all of these crimes and all of our problems are due to, look, all these unprogressed migrants coming into our country, committing all these crimes, where the real picture is a lot of the white people in this country, they're the ones committing a lot of the crimes, but that isn't given media attention. Why? Because again, the media can be used to control and manipulate the masses. There are several ways the media actually does this. And so some examples can include, for instance, to over dramatize a certain issue, to publish it with repetition, to not disclose individuals' information, but then at times will disclose their physical appearance in order to tarnish a certain group or an ethnicity's reputation. And so they do this. There's no legal implications here. So, for example, if the media chooses to want to blur a certain physical appearance while it's doing its reporting, it can choose to do so from its own free will. It's not obligated to do or not to do. So if it wants to conceal a certain individual's identity, it can conceal it. If it wants to expose a certain individual's identity, it can expose it. So for example, if there's a lot of crimes committed by non-Muslims, the media can literally conceal their identity while they're reporting on it, if they choose to report on it, that is, because at the end of the day, it also has the option to choose to want to report on it. If it chooses not to want to report on it, it doesn't really have to. So if non-Muslims are committing crimes, and lots of crimes, it can basically choose not to report on it. And so, again, there's no implications or there's no laws to say that it must report on it. So this gives Western media so much power because it can conceal a lot of the crimes committed by non-Muslims or non-Arabs. But then it also has its own power where it can expose with unlimited aggression, with unlimited zealot behavior, where it could just go after a particular ethnic group. And this is why the media can be a very dangerous tool. And I'm going to show you this in an example that just happened recently. About a week ago, 3rd of February, so a particular Muslim family in Melbourne, Australia, they have been recently charged for money laundering, drug trafficking, supplying monetary funds to a mafia boss drug organization and things like this. And so what they did was, this matter didn't go to, the matter's still in court. There isn't a guilty verdict yet. There isn't an innocent verdict yet. Basically, there hasn't been a guilty charge laid at the moment where it's been proven to be, it's been proven that they're guilty. So it's still in the courts. But what the media did was, when it started reporting on this Muslim family, it started exposing all their physical appearances. All their physical appearance. Not only that, it mentioned their first name, their last name. It mentioned whether he was a community leader. And so not only him, but all of the 25 suspects, they're all revealed in the media. They're all shamed in the media. And now it's getting public attention, and a lot of these xenophobes, racists, Islamophobes, nationalists, the white fellas, they're all coming out and saying, oh, look how barbaric Muslims are and Islam are. Look how they're hiding behind religion and committing crimes, coming to our country and doing all these things. Right? So the media has won here. The media has profiled this Muslim family. They've disclosed all their information without there being a guilty verdict at this moment. It's all been displayed in the news, in the media, and so forth. But then what happened was, just yesterday, the Australian police have investigated another situation, and this is in Queensland, which is another state in Australia, where there was a raid and over 24 people have been busted for similar offences. Drug trafficking, methamphetamine labs in their houses where they're producing drugs and so forth. And in that video, in that news reporting, again by Channel 9 News, the same media outlet that reported on the Muslim family, this same media outlet, when it was reporting on that crime, they concealed all the images of those who have been charged. Concealed. And you can see that they're obviously not Muslim, because if they were, their images would have been on display. But they concealed it. They chose to conceal it. And we're asking, where is the consistency here? Why are you exposing it when it's a Muslim family, but you're concealing it when they don't happen to be Muslims? Watch now the two videos published by 9 News, one where they go after the Muslim family, exposing all of their identities, while concealing the identities when they happen to be non-Muslim. Let's have a look.
A family behind a Broadmeadows travel agency has been charged over a multi-million-dollar money laundering scheme which allegedly funded George Moroghi's drug empire. More than 24 people have been arrested, accused of helping the convicted killer operate from prison. Crime reporter Lana Murphy.
Their father is accused of being at the top of the food chain, but today these brothers were the ones in court. What is the family business? Mahmoud and Abdullah Ayad accused of laundering $7 million between them for one of the state's most dangerous organised crime groups.
So as you can see, their faces aren't being concealed.
People who are professional facilitators.
And police say they've arrested 24 of them, mothers and fathers from Melbourne's north and western suburbs.
See, all their faces are exposed in the media. Have a look. There's no blurring out of the images.
When the truth comes, you'll find out.
Investigators allege they funneled drug money through property, luxury cars and businesses, including a Broadmeadows education centre and travel agency. The laundered cash then made its way to George Moroggy's notorious crime family gang, which police say the convicted killer operated from inside Barwon Prison.
Money is utilised to undertake other crimes, and often crimes of significant violence. What you have to do is take the money from them.
More than $40 million worth of assets have been seized, including more than $2 million cash, several kilograms of drugs, a Porsche and 5 guns. Police allege 52-year-old Ahmad Ayed headed the laundering operation. The Roxburgh Park community leader facing more than 25 years behind bars. Others facing jail time include Moroggy's former brother-in-law. Jesse, do you have a legitimate job? Moroggy's parents and younger brother have also been charged. They'll face court next week. The Echo Task Force says this doesn't just mark the end of its investigation, but the end of an empire. Lana Murphy.
Okay, so as you can see, complete exposing of their physical appearances, complete exposing of their names, affiliation to their religion, community leader, so forth. So let's have a look. Let's have a look now at the same news media, 9 News, reporting in the incident in Queensland.
If you've never...
So this is a major drug trafficking operation busted in southeast Queensland. You can see they're running into either an Australian family, like they're from the white guys, either running into their houses or maybe another ethnic group, but it's certainly not Middle Eastern or Arab or Muslim. You can have a look. There's dogs in the house and so forth. Have a look at this.
Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Police search warrant! Do not move! Do not move!
So that's all the drugs being seized. All the money.
Police! Get the phone now, mate.
Look at that. See how they're concealing his face? Look, he's being arrested, a white fella. Look, they're concealing his face.
Get on the ground now. Get on the ground now. I've got a search warrant here to search the address in relation to dangerous drugs.
And this is the lab that they're cooking all their drugs and everything. Have a look. And as you can see here, they're disclosing their images. Look, he's arrested, but his image is not shown.
Where are you going, sir?
Again, no image shown. So this is what we're saying. So that they can, if they're consistent, why not show their image as well? Why are you just going after a particular ethnic group and saying, here you go, they're Lebanese, they're Arabs, here you go, we're going to show you those images, but we're going to conceal it from if it's from another ethnic group or if it's from another, if it's from a white Anglo group, we're going to conceal their images. So this is proof and evidence of the media biases of Channel 9 News. Shame on yous.